We are here today with Anil Walia, which has won the Supply Chain Finance Community Leader of the Year award for 2024. So congratulations, Anil.
First of all, thank you very much. It is an honor to receive the reward. I have been in supply chain finance for as long as I can remember. It's definitely 20 years plus, and it's good to see that supply chain finance has established itself as a important force in financing within the trade finance world.
What do you think are the most relevant trends that have characterized those years?
As you probably know, that supply chain finance is still not acknowledged as its own product. It's the first step that the market has actually taken in recognizing supply chain finance in its own self is the new IFRS and US GAAP regulations, meaning that it is now required for corporates to disclose the type and the size of their supply chain finance programs. So this is I think one of the biggest things that has happened within the supply chain finance world, because we have been talking about having supply chain finance being acknowledged by the regulators as a product on its own, so that there are statistics available, so that the old guys like me in the business who say supply chain finance should have a better LGD class than just trade finance loans, but that can only happen if it is if it is recognized as its own product set.
And for me personally, what I always found the nicest about working with you is your passion for sustainability. And do you think that there is a future for supply chain finance and sustainability?
Yes, definitely. Or if the market brings together enough energy to push that push sustainability into through supply chain finance. I don't think it is to dispute that a big corporate buying from thousands of suppliers has influence or can influence the behavior of his suppliers, right? We saw a slew of sustainability linked supply chain finance programs in the past 2 or 3 years. I must admit, at the moment, you are not seeing that amount of push over here. I know that other important business issues are coming up and political issues are coming up. But I think in the long term, as we get more serious and are able to put this into a framework, it definitely has a future.
Why are you so passionate about sustainability? Tell us also something more about your personal feeling about sustainability and how does it influence the work that you have done?
This journey started when my son, who gave up a corporate job at a global consultancy to go into a sustainability project. It's infectious when you see that, our generation is going to leave behind the world, and what kind of world are we going to leave behind? That's where the passion comes from, and I am not ashamed to admit it.
What do you expect for the future?
What I find interesting is that the supply chain finance market is still growing. With some of the changes that are happening in the global scape that we saw coming after COVID, and then the political movements that have happened, discussions of near sourcing rather than outsourcing. This discussion is still on. It hasn't had much of a effect because discussion started after COVID, and such things take 5, 6, 7 years before companies can make those changes. How will it change the investment flows globally? That's going to affect supply chain finance. Supply chain finance has established itself as a genuine source of bona fide funding within trade finance. So anything that happens in the trade world has started affecting supply chain finance.
Absolutely. Right? And what is next for you?
I am still a champion of supply chain finance. We are looking at developing the products, the solution set, and the product set. And you know what? After several years of hearing what clients want, I am taking all the messaging that I have picked up over the past 5, 6, 7 years, and we are actively developing that into solutions that to provide. I think the right term is the appropriate source of funding for the clients. Now that supply chain finance is established, there are clients who are coming up with special requests shown in some of the innovation that's coming up in the market. But innovation is not like AI. Innovation is slow and steady. We are in the finance world after all.